For some reason, I'm growing my mustache out as long as I can, and having it over my mouth, I now have learned about trying to spit. You think it's gone, and then you look in the mirror, and it looks like you just got cum all over your lips, or your lip hairs. Bruh. You are not neurodivergent. You are traumatized in a society that is not designed for you. An entire reality construct that is failing you. You are gifted with actual powers, magical abilities that are being intentionally suppressed by the powers that be, by the system, by your own shadows. All prescription pills are anti-shamanic. I mean, unless you're dabbling recreationally, ceremonially in some way, there are certain anything goes. That's just my opinion. Anything goes if you can get there, if you are heart-centered. Basically, I'm thinking of doing Adderall in a way that is shamanic and you get very, spiritual with it. It is 100% possible. I know this. But if you're taking it every day because otherwise you're struggling and life is so hard and you feel broken, that is a place where I was not too long ago for quite a while, until I realized that I am not broken. There is work to be done. I am here to do something bigger than myself. And when I realized that I'm not really broken, it was very easy to not feel broken. But for years, a spell was cast on me, a demon possessed me. I believed that I was broken, that there was something wrong with me. And I somehow assumed the role of an autistic, traumatized person. And really, it was just circumstances, lifestyle, and mindset, and not healing. So many things that I had built up into my whole identity were actually things that I had not worked through and dealt with properly. In my mid-30s, I was still a child who had not done the growing up. And now I see the difference between an adult boy and an actual man who handles what he needs to handle. There's definitely differences. There's the man that sucks it up and sets aside his dreams to work a job that sucks his soul to be able to support his family. That's just an entirely different soul contract than what I have. So I have my cat to care for, and then everyone and everything else in the universe. Starting from my fingertips out for infinity. From the earth that I'm standing on to and past the stars above me. The earth is a dead end. Space stretches forever. You could travel for light years just to end right here at this little flower. That's pretty cool. It's cool when you're thinking in terms of spirit or source, not in terms of asteroids traveling, because they usually come in pretty hot. Don't we all? Nah, I think a soul being born into a human body. Human babies definitely come in hot if you're in a hospital. But if you're home birthing with your family dolphins, with a mariachi band playing or something, a ceremonial bonfire with people tripping in a very Ram Dass sort of energy. Just gentle, where you can't even tell they're tripping, but they're in another world. Some have ingested things, and some are just magical people. That's how I would like to be born, is into that community, in that setting. But I spent most of the first days of my life crying a lot, I'm sure. You come in crying, don't they hit you and cut you and get your prints? It's that's what I thought when they were doing my handprints and my feet prints and all the other things they did to me that first day upon entry. I thought, babe, this feels a lot like getting arrested and getting booked into the county jail. What's going on here? I was promised centaurs and people in grass skirts in the springtime and campfires that changed color with the music being played. I was promised passionate laughter and love and nature. I wanted action, but not in such a sterile, sick environment. Ugh. But, I'm glad it happened. It took me 30 plus years to deal with it properly, but hey, I feel like the past 6 months of my life have actually been the most mild midlife crisis. And if you can become a man before you're 40, I don't know how it is for women or anyone else, but if you can become a man before you're 40, like properly, especially if you don't have kids, because if you're, black sheep of the family, your family thinks you're autistic, technically a failed artist who is an old wandering soul. Kids speed it up for you, and if you don't get it together as soon as you have kids or sooner, then you're just a piece of shit. No offense. Like, I will lay my life down for that cat. But part of my karma, I've been learning this winter, is the cat is holding me back. That's a whole other story about getting her in 2021, the depths of quarantine life, and how it completely changed everything that I had going up until that point. From that hospital, that first day of getting booked into existence, booked into incarnation, up until this point, I'm grateful for all the things that all of it has taught me. Oh, there's Thorn. You are not neurodivergent. You are gifted in a world that is designed to intentionally suppress your powers. Stop taking your prescriptions for it. Stop thinking that you need to fit into a certain shape, a certain type of person or life or anything that is not being true to your authentic higher self. Listen to that voice from here, not from here. You have your voice that jumbles around, then you have the voice around here, but then you have the voice in here too. The more of them that you can listen to and converse with, the less you're letting the matrix win. But listen to this voice and let that lead your way. And you might be surprised where it takes you. You might like it, yeah, you might not like it for a while, but that's just more learning, Unless there's a draft, then you're autistic, then you have debilitating ADHD. But that's just on paper. We all know that that is coded language that means supernatural, multidimensional, cosmic being that is just temporarily working some stuff out on Earth while you can. Just trying to do your part in the whole great big story. But never let yourself ever again believe that there is something wrong with you. You feel it? Do you feel it? Fuck. Do you feel it? I'm really you. I am really you speaking to yourself. Hello? How is it over there? Think about that. We're all just pieces of the same self that got split up into different bodies, and we will all be reunited someday. We keep getting dispersed and reunited and dispersed, sent back. Isn't that funny when you think being alive is a drag? Seeing it as a prison planet, which is valid, not entirely, but somewhat. It's not a prison planet. You can look at life in many different ways that overlap. It's a prison, a game, a test, a simulation. It's a play, a performance, a dream, a joy. Little bird? Oh, they just flew past the moon. It was very beautiful. So choose the one that is most aligned with your higher self, your authentic soul. Which one gives you energy? Which one inspires you? Which one wakes you up and shakes off the sluggish fatigue of the things that drain you? That is how you tap into your natural healing and manifesting abilities. You are a channel. You're always channeling many different things. And you can harvest more of the good energy through yourself as an offering to all living things. And non-living things, because non-living things are living too. I believe, you know, when you think of like, there are only so many souls in the world, NPC theory. At the same time, there's also like stuffed animals have souls. Tables and chairs have souls. Paintings have souls. Songs have souls. Everything has souls. So that's like infinite souls. I can't say I quite get it. I do get it, but you have to complicate it so much and simultaneously simplify it so much that it's just the Geist. Is that Hegel? You know, just the monad, the pleroma, the source of all consciousness, spirit, and matter that we are a part of. That makes sense to me. But when you start trying to put numbers on it, like 144,000 or even 8 billion, there's only one. And I believe that I have been everybody. I have lived every life already, which is the whole point of having or being a soul, is to go through the great cycle of experiencing everything. The highest highs and lowest lows, and at the end of it, you balance out in the center. And not just like the middle, but like the center of everything. And you become enlightened. Been there, done that. It was a good ride. I've been rich, I've been poor, I've been gay, I've been straight. I've been men, women, hot, ugly, fat, skinny, whatever you can imagine, I've been it. Spoke different languages, had different religions. I was famous quite a few times, and I liked it. A couple times I didn't like it, but you know, that was early on. When you can have everything and it's still not enough, or money doesn't buy happiness because you haven't done the work, as they say. But eventually you do get the hang of it and you're able to appreciate all the gifts, all the treasures, materialistically and then spiritually. I'm just so grateful that this place isn't burning. It's very safe and sound. All these trees are just gonna get such a good night's sleep tonight. I believe that they will be here tomorrow morning. That river too. And even after I'm gone, the places where I have placed my hands, instead of carving my initials into a tree, my initials, a name, even long after I'm gone, these trees that I've touched and loved, they'll still be here. God willing. And the birds. The birds will be here too. Maybe not the same birds, but the same birds, you know? That's a beautiful thing about animals, how over generations they're kind of just copies of each other, which is, it does feel a little blasphemous to say, but I do see little sparrows or pigeons from one generation to the next as copies of each other, genetic copies of each other. And you can see people in that way if you zoom out far enough. Look at people today and people 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. There's so many differences, yet so many basic, fundamental similarities. For a while, they only had black and white film, but life was still in 8K Technicolor. I don't know what they call it. Like, this is... I'm about to pee my pants.